I'm Tiffany Strain, and I will be playing the special education teacher.
I'm Noah Strain, and I'll be the parent.
And I'm Amanda Hoke, and I will be Nathan's teacher. So Nathan is a 7-year-old boy full of energy and eager to participate. He had ear infections when he was 2 years old that delayed language development. He is delayed in reading and writing skills. His math skills are at or above grade level expectations. So what I have seen of Nathan in the classroom is he is a very, he stays on task all the time. He pays attention. Especially in math, he exceeds very well. When he's not afraid to ask questions when he has them. He stays on his work, and he seems to enjoy a lot of what he learns in class and what we do in class. And he works well with the other students at recess, on the playground, and in class. He is doing well in those areas.
Sure. So Nathan is the oldest of 5 kids. He gets along well with his siblings. When he was about 2 or 3, he had some bad ear infections, and so that kind of messed with his speaking. But he's learned just fine since then. It doesn't seem to be anything permanent from that time.
So in the test results that we conducted for the IQ assessment for Nathan, we found that he was overall at average, and that worked out well. And so and he's on point for math comprehension, and he's behind in reading and writing, and so we need to develop a way to really help out with those and build that up. Is there any suggestions as his teacher that you have that would help him out with reading in the classroom? So he's reading on like a first grade level right now, and you want him on a 2nd grade?
I think things that would help him would be homework and classwork that is more tailored to his specific needs, and then especially with reading, for him to be able to read as much as he can inside the classroom and outside of the classroom to help him get to a higher level.
Right, and would you be able to take out 15 to 30 minutes a day to work with him?
Yes. Yes, we also have other resources rooms in the school with people who can help with that, or volunteers who come in who would be able to sit with him and help him read.
That sounds good. And on the times that you don't have, I know that one of the resources we have available is that we have e-readers that a student can spend some time with and use to, when they don't understand a word, they can hit the button and it will tell them the word that they're clicking on, and that way he can really boost his vocabulary and understanding how a word is pronounced, which might help him. I've seen it work with other cases where they've been able to improve their reading.
Perfect.
And what about his writing? What should we have as a goal? What do you think he can accomplish in 1 year with writing?
Yeah, he has lots of trouble with understanding words, especially a little bit more complex words, and understanding how to spell them. And so I think helping him kind of get a bigger vocabulary and be able to transfer what he's thinking onto a page would really be helpful for him.
Right. Right, and that sounds like a good idea, as long as he can, because he doesn't have any trouble expressing his thoughts out loud.
Mm-hmm.
It's when he wants to put it on paper that he really struggles, is what we've noticed. So starting small and then building that up so that he can write maybe a full paragraph by the end of the year when we come back to our annual goal.
Definitely.
So, as his parent, do you think you could have time every day to work with him on writing assignments that we would be sending home, or reading assignments that we send him home with?
I think it's definitely possible that we could spend that time like reading a book together or reviewing a writing assignment, but I'm not too confident on the writing portion as to sitting down and reading with him would be easy.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea to be able to be able to send him home with a book at his reading level that he is pretty confident in, and to be able to read that a couple times throughout his home with parent help if he needs it, and just to be able to be comfortable and reading books regularly.
Yeah, kind of like the e-reader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The parent being the electronic reader.
So, by this time next year, one of our goals is to have him reading at the 3rd grade level before he goes on to 4th grade. Is that it? And then we want him to be able to express his thoughts and answer a question on paper. Complete thoughts, incomplete sentences. And that sounds like those are things that we could definitely do. And we can measure that, maybe by the end of this year, he'll be able to read proficiently on a 1st grade level, and then when school gets out in May, and then by halfway through next year, he can be on a 2nd grade level, and by the time it lets out, or by the time we come back to March next year, if all goes well, he'll be at a 3rd grade reading level at the very base, or bare minimum for 3rd grade level reading.
I think those are great goals for him.
Okay. I do not believe that he needs special education services at the moment. I believe that he is proficient in other subjects. There's no sign that he has any kind of math problem or any kind of communication or listening or attention problem. I do not believe that he needs to be outside of the general classroom. I think he needs to be kept in his regular classes and courses, with the exception of the 15 to 30 minutes a day of reading.
Yes.
That could really help him boost it up. We don't want to focus too much on reading. We want him to stay excelling in his other subjects, but we also want to boost his reading just a bit and get him back on target. And I think we can do that by next year. And following that year, I think by the time he leaves elementary school, for sure he'll be on target.
I think that sounds great.
It's definitely doable.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that we had this meeting. Is there any other thoughts that you have as the teacher, or?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Then we'll meet back again in a few weeks to discuss how he's progressing and how the plan is working. We'll make some modifications as it goes.
Perfect.